All right, let's talk about list elements that allow us to define lists in HTML. So we have three different types we're going to talk about: unordered, ordered, and description lists, or like sort of data definition lists. So the first one we'll start with is an ordered list. This is like you want a list of things that has a number next to it, 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever. So the tag for the ordered list, for both unordered and ordered lists, the elements of each item in the list is going to be an li, but for an ordered list, the parent is going to be ol. Okay, so we have ol is our ordered list, and then inside we're going to have an li, and we might have foo, foo bar, baz, baz, quux. These are all sort of standard variable names for examples in computer science. So we have foo bar, baz, quux, like with 2 U's or whatever. So now we have this ordered list. Note that I didn't have to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and it automatically just picked up the number and added that. There's a couple of cool things you can do with attributes on an ordered list. You can say start. You can set the attribute start value. So if we want to start this at 1020, we could start there so that our ordered list started at 1020. You can also set it so that it uses Roman numerals or alphabetical numbers by setting the type. So if we set the type to a lowercase I, that'll use I's or Roman numerals. If we set it to a capital I, that'll use capitalized Roman numerals. We can also set it to an A, which will use the alphabetical. What's really cool is you can combine type with start value. So we could say like start this at number 3 or something, and then rather than starting from A, we're going to start from C. So that's kind of cool. And those are all tricks that we can do with the ordered list. Let's take a look at the next kind of list. That's an unordered list. So if we have a UL tag inside, again, the items are going to be the same. In fact, I'm just going to copy and paste the same items here because we can use the same li tags within an unordered list. And now if we refresh the page, we'll see the unordered list here. And by default, it's just kind of a bulleted list. And the type of the bullet that we're seeing here is disk. That's like the name of that type of bullet. But we can set the type to other things if we wanted. We can set the type to like circle or square or none, and that would just remove it completely. And commonly, like CSS resets or like CSS styles will just remove the style from an ordered list so that it just looks like this. And then maybe it might be styled differently with CSS. So let's put it back to circle and take a look at the next type of list, which is a description list. So this one is, the tag name is DL, and a description list is generally used for like defining some sort of term, right? So if you have maybe a dictionary, right, you want to define what each of the terms mean. So let's try to define what foo means. So we're going to have a tag called DT for the data term or the description term, and we might say foo, and then we'll have DD, which is the definition of foo. Foo is a common variable name in CS. Okay, so then we might want to do the same thing with bar, common second variable name in CS. Okay, so we refresh the page, we can kind of see what that would look like. So this is what a data or a description list might look like. So this is much less common. So I've probably only used a description list like once or twice ever in all of my time writing web applications, but unordered list and ordered list, super common, definitely great to know. I would say probably the most common of these three lists is the unordered list. Awesome, so that wraps up lists. In the next episode, we're going to dig into forms. How do we build form elements that can collect data from the user? So we're really just going to focus on the HTML for building a form. And then in the future, we can go down the road of actually collecting that data and storing it in a database and taking actions on it. So let's look at forms next.